What's up, everyone? It's Shanita here with Jewels in the Making, a channel geared toward faith, lifestyle, and development. Today, I will be discussing how teachers can end their year with a boom. I know right now that school is out and we have been doing distance learning, but that still doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the end of the year. So I have some little things that teachers can do as far as Zoom parties or games that they can play with their students. So stay tuned. All right, so quizzes is the game that I use this year. I actually love this program. It's a free app where teachers can create different games for their students, whether it's for social studies, English and language arts, mathematics, and they just have all types of little things on here to quiz your students. You can also create your own quiz, which I think is awesome. But for the end of the year, I wanted to make it fairly easy because I don't know about y'all. I have been working extremely hard with distance teaching. So I wanted to make it very fun and easy for my students as well as for me. Holla if you hear me. All right. So the game that I use for my Zoom party, I just typed in Disney, name that movie. And I wasn't sure if that was going to be on here or not. But I was like, hey, let me just look it up. It's almost like a Google search engine. It's just like that. You can type in anything and just about all types of quizzes will come up. Yes, sometimes you will have to tailor make it or whatever you need to customize it. But for the most part, Disney characters or Disney facts. So let's go with, this isn't the exact same one that I had, but Disney characters. And as you can see, like, who is Cinderella's villain, right? Who is Sleeping Beauty's villain? I don't know why they have all villains on this one. So, and then you can go to play live. Let's try another one because I don't really like that one too much. Okay, let's try. And then if you notice, they have the grade levels on here for you guys. So if you feel like something is too hard, then you can nicely just find the grade level that suits your class. Let's go with Lion King. Gotta love the Lion King. All right, so right here, it also tells you the accuracy of the quiz, like how many times it's been played. You can kind of scroll through. I know I had a few on mine that were incorrect, so you may have to go through and delete the ones that you want and do it that way, customize it however you see fit. But at any rate, you can play live. And then what you'll do is you'll just continue right here. Actually, no, you don't play live. Let me get my life together. You could if you want to, but if you're just sharing your screen, go to solo practice. And so what you'll do, it'll show exactly what your desktop or your screen is showing. And you'll go to play quiz. All right, pretty cool. I'm just going to choose one. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I'm just going to choose one. And it has like little cool sayings on it, right? All right, I'm going to go up here and pause it. So pretty decent. So once I get the quizzes game up and running, then all I have to do is go to my Zoom account, and then I'll hit share. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm on my Zoom account right now, and all I have to do is share my desktop. Click on it and hit share. Okay. And right now I don't have an active meeting, but I just wanted to walk you guys through the steps on how you can share your desktop and then actually start your game. And so what you'll do after that is you will then go ahead and start playing the game. And so I'm going to give you the steps to how you can play the game and make it more entertaining for students who are just sitting at home. It's not as if you are in the classroom, but I mean, we're going to just have to work with it. And we know that there's really nothing we can do about being in the classroom right now. But we just want to make it as fun and entertaining as possible. Okay, so you have set up the Zoom account. You have found a game to play, and you have placed your students in groups. Now, to end the Zoom party, I suggest that you guys read a book. And the book that I want to tell you guys about is called Last Day Blues. And I love this book, by the way. It's a really, really good book. And you can actually, I have my computer up here. You can actually go to here we go. You can actually go on YouTube.
The Last Day Blues by Julie Dannenberg. On the Monday before the Friday that was the last day of school, Mrs. Harwell took attendance. She sighed as she called.
So either you can have someone else to read the book to your students and they can actually see the book online, or you can go to a program called Flipbook. And Flipbook is where the pages, you're just pressing along as you're reading. They hear your voice only and no one else is reading the book, but you can share your screen and they can see the book. Okay. So I think that is an awesome idea. I would suggest that you end your year by reading this book. I think it's a good way to like put the icing on the cake type of deal. And it just makes your students feel warm and fuzzy, especially if your students, if you have younger students, like if you're teaching 1st through 5th, this is a great book. Middle and high, they may give you the side eye, like, okay, lady, like, go on somewhere. But it's for elementary students, it's a great book to read, and I suggest that you look into it. This past Friday was my last day. I teach in South Carolina, and I teach at a private school. So our times are a little bit different when we get out. And so this past Friday was my last day the last day of teaching. So we had a really, really good time. The students enjoyed themselves. They got to talk to one another. And normally we would have some type of outside party, but this year, we couldn't do it. And the students understood that. And my co-teacher and I tried to make their Zoom party as fun as possible. And it don't need to last long. Please don't be on there an hour or 2 hours. No, like that's not going to work. Use your time wisely. I would say 30 minutes to 45 minutes maybe, and maximize that time. Make it as entertaining as possible. We also, as a gift, we got our students water bottles, and we got our school logo on the water bottles, and we got their names printed around the top of the water bottle. And that was a really, really good idea, and I loved it. And I said, well, the budget that we were going to spend on their party, we'll just spend that on the water bottles, and it worked out fine. So I suggest maybe giving them a little gift if you can. We also put little sayings in the bottles. So I wrote each one of my students a letter, and it was a letter about them, whether it was encouraging them to keep on pushing forward, to not second guess themselves, that they're smart enough, that they're good enough. I wrote them little personalized letters to them, whatever they dealt with, and I noticed that it kind of bothered them. I talked about it, and I just encouraged them to love themselves and to be better. And so I put a little note in their bottle, and I actually saw them like reading the letters from the bottle, and I was like, oh, it's so cute. And they really, you can tell that they cherish that. You don't have to be so elaborate. I feel like quarantine has taught us that we need to like cherish the small things, invest in small things. Like, you don't have to make everything so grand, right? The simple things are just fine, and they're just as effective. So I hope that these tips were beneficial to you guys. If you're already out of school, I'm sorry, but this is for teachers who are currently still going, and you need some ideas for your end of the year party. I hope I was very helpful. I do want to leave you with this. Remember that you're all kings and queens of the Most High. Be blessed. Peace.